Home is supposed to be the one place where nothing bad can happen. The doors are locked. The lights are off. You're safe. But for some people, that belief shattered in the middle of the night when someone entered their home and was never identified. These are not urban legends. These are not internet horror stories. These are real home invasion cases where the intruder was never caught and may have walked away unnoticed. In the early 2000s, a woman living alone in a quiet American suburb woke up around 3 a.m. for no clear reason. At first, she thought she had heard something. Her house was silent. She lay still in bed, listening. Then she noticed something wrong. The hallway light, something she never left on, was glowing faintly under her bedroom door. Slowly, she sat up. That's when she saw the shadow. Someone was standing in the hallway, just outside her bedroom. Not moving, not breathing loudly, just standing there. She froze. Her phone was across the room. The door was open. For what felt like minutes, the shadow didn't move. Then, without making a sound, it backed away and disappeared. When police arrived later, there were no signs of forced entry. No fingerprints. No missing items. Nothing was taken. The only evidence was a footprint near the back door, too smudged to identify. To this day, no suspect was ever named. In another case, a couple living in a rural area began noticing small things out of place. Cabinet doors left open. Furniture slightly moved. Lights turned off that had been left on. They blamed each other. One night, the husband worked late. The wife fell asleep on the couch. She woke up just after midnight with the feeling she was being watched. Across the room, near the kitchen doorway, she saw a figure. A man standing completely still in the dark. Before she could scream, he stepped back into the shadows and vanished. Police searched the home and surrounding area. Nothing was stolen. No forced entry. No alarms triggered. Weeks later, investigators realized something chilling. The intruder had been entering through a small, unlocked basement window, watching, waiting, learning their habits. The case went cold. In a European city, a student living in an apartment woke to the sound of keys jingling. She was certain she had locked the door. From her bedroom, she heard the front door open. Footsteps crossed the apartment. Drawers opened and closed slowly. Methodically, she hid in her closet, holding her breath. After nearly 10 minutes, the sound stopped. The front door closed. When police arrived, they discovered the intruder had used a copied key. How it was obtained was never determined. Nothing valuable was taken. No fingerprints were usable. The intruder was never identified. What makes these stories disturbing isn't violence. It's control. The intruders didn't rush. They didn't panic. They knew when to leave. In many cases, investigators believe the goal wasn't theft, but observation. And that's what keeps victims awake years later. The idea that someone could enter their home, stand in silence, and disappear without consequence. Most home invasions end with arrests. These didn't. The intruders were never caught, never identified, never explained, which raises a disturbing question. How many times do we assume we're alone when we aren't? If you had to guess, do you think these intruders were opportunists or something more calculated? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more real stories like this, subscribe, because some people don't break in to steal. They break in to watch.